So, Dan, I don't have any specific intelligence to read out to you here, nor would I, other than to say that we know that Iran, of course, provides resources to the Houthis to include training, funding, equipment. And so, again, and they're not the only ones, right? I mean, they have proxies throughout the Middle East. Again, we recognize that, and we're going to continue to call on Iran to cease supporting these types of actions that we're seeing from proxies. And again, we'll continue to take appropriate action to protect our forces.
Related to that, there was a ship called the Bishad, I'm sure you've heard of it, in the Red Sea, and Iran issued a warning saying the U.S. should not target this ship. They claim it's a counter-piracy mission ship, but it's widely believed that is actually a spy ship effectively providing electronic intelligence to the Houthis to help them spot targets. Is that a target that's off limits?
So first of all, I'm not aware of the U.S. targeting the Bishad. We are very well aware of the Bishad. As you've heard NavCent talk about before, it's pretty standard for Iran to have a ship in the Red Sea conducting operations, as you've highlighted. So that in and of itself is not unusual. And again, we're there, again, to support freedom of navigation, to work with the international community to ensure that vessels can safely transit this waterway. We are not there to seek confrontation or war with Iran. But if our forces are threatened, we will take appropriate action. As it relates to Iraq and Syria, again, I'll just allow me to take a step back here. Again, our forces are there to conduct the Defeat ISIS mission. If our forces are attacked, we will, and in this case, when our forces were killed, we will take appropriate and necessary action. And as I highlighted in my topper, our responses are not complete. Again, I'm not going to telegraph or discuss what that may be, other than we'll conduct that at a time and place of our choosing. That is our focus. When it comes to the Red Sea, our focus is on working with international allies and partners to ensure that mariners can transit the Red Sea safely. Our focus when it comes to striking Houthi targets is to disrupt and degrade their capabilities. We don't seek an escalation with the Houthis. We're not at war with the Houthis. We're not seeking to go to war with the Houthis. But if they continue the attacks, we will continue to disrupt and degrade their capabilities. So they have capability. It would not be surprising to anyone if they attempt to conduct attacks in the future, but when they do, again, we'll take appropriate action, as we have been doing. And when we see an imminent threat to mariners, we will also take appropriate action, as in the case of the self-defense strikes. Recognizing some of what you have probably seen in regional reporting and social media, what I would tell you is that as we conduct these strikes, we are very focused on Iranian-backed proxy groups and not PMF. Again, that is our focus. It's not on striking ISF or Iraqi security forces or personnel that are part of the legitimate Iraqi security forces. So that includes groups like Kata'ib Hezbollah, Han, which we've talked about, and again, folks or militants that are associated with the IRGC. And so as we conduct our planning and our targeting and our operations, it is very deliberate and it is very carefully calculated to strike those capabilities. Again, I'm not going to speak for the Iraqi government. I think we've been very clear in terms of what we targeted, and these were facilities that have been used or are being used by the IRGC and affiliated militias to attack U.S. forces. And I spelled out very specifically what we targeted: command and control operations centers, intelligence centers, rockets, missiles, unmanned aerial vehicle storage and logistics and munition supply chain facilities. And so, again, our focus here is on attacking capability that have been used by these groups.
From breaking news, detailed analysis, in-depth interviews and explainers, follow the Times of India. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest.